Tennessee with the 9th best college football playoff odds. And want to jump into that. It's brought to you by our good friends at Joe Newbert Collision Center. Newbert Collision Center is fantastic. 9th, how does that strike you, Caleb, initially?
It kind of shocked me. And so for those who don't know, this is FP. This is the ESPN Football Power Index odds. So this isn't the betting odds as the same. It's the Football Power Index odds. And Tennessee has, based on the ESPN FPI, which that factors in your schedule, who you're likely to beat and unlikely to beat, and who everybody else is likely to beat and unlikely to beat, and where you're likely to finish, and how likely you are amongst all that to actually be a college football playoff team in the end. Tennessee is number 9 with a 36.9% chance to reach the college football playoff, which is relatively impressive. I'll tell you what shocked me, Dave, on this. Tennessee is number 9. The highest ACC team is number 11, and that's Florida State at 35.9. And remember, there's 5 auto bids.
Wait, help me with the number. Like, who's number 1? Who has the best odds of making it?
The best odds is Georgia at 79.1.
Okay. So Tennessee, 39%.
Yeah.
I think that's a little low.
I think that's low too.
Where do you have to get to be 50-50 on this list?
So Oregon is number 2 at 76%. Texas is number 3 at 67.8%. Ohio State's number 4 at 67.2%. Penn State's number 5 at 59.1%. By the way, before you guys get mad about that, this is not about better teams. This is about who's likeliest to make the playoff. Penn State is going to do their typical 10-2, aren't they? Because of the Big Ten schedule. So that's why they're so high on the list. And
I would hope that the committee factors that in there, but yes.
Yes, they're going to do it. Notre Dame's number 6 at 59.1%. Alabama's number 7 at 57.2%. Missouri, and then it drops off. Then it collapses. Missouri's number 8 at 37.3%. And Tennessee's number 9 at 36.9%. I think the reason you have those top 7, Dave, and this is where it makes sense. There's 7 auto bids. There's 7 at-large bids. So that's where the committee is going to take the 7 best at-large teams, period at all. So that's why you have this huge drop-off from number 7 to number 8. And so I think that's why Missouri falls to 37.3, Tennessee at 36.9, Oklahoma at 36.6 is number 10, and then Florida State at 35.9 is number 11, and Michigan at 28.5 is down at number 12. So again, the committee is very low on Michigan having a drop-off this year, and then number 13 is Clemson at 26.9. 14 is LSU at 25.3. I kind of stop at that point. But the highest, just to throw this in, Dave, guess who has the highest odds in the Big 12? Your head might explode on this one.
I do not know.
Kansas.
No way.
At 24%.
What are we even doing here? I mean, is this going to be the next 5 years or so? Is this going to be kind of a dark period in college football because we're including teams that shouldn't be included? Are we going to have a situation where you have a 12-team playoff and 4 of them are of the Kansas ilk? I mean, nobody wants that. That's why I hate automatic bids, Caleb.
I'm going to tell you why I disagree with you thoroughly. I like more auto bids. And here's why I like more auto bids.
They're like, that is total bullshit.
I like auto bids because auto bids at least keep the suspense alive in the regular season. Now you got me. I don't think auto bids are the 12 best teams, but the NFL has auto bids. 8 and 8 teams make the NFL playoffs all the time that win their division. And what it does is it adds to a level of fun. Here's the issue. If the more auto bids you have, the more suspense you put in regular season games. If you just take the 12 best teams, Dave, then nobody's going to care about going 9-3. Nobody in the SEC will care about going 9-3. Tennessee won't care.
But I'm fine with that.
I'm not. You really want so you know what? Why didn't Tennessee just rest their starters for Oklahoma, Alabama, and Georgia, and then just beat everybody else and go 9-3? Why even play the game?
Because they wouldn't be a definite college football playoff team if they did that. They could be 13.
If you got rid of auto bids, a 9-3 Tennessee is a lock to get into the playoff. A lock.
No, because that could be the third placed SEC team.
It wouldn't be the third. If you had just 12 auto bids, the SEC would have 8 teams in the playoff. And the Big Ten would have 4.
So the Big Ten, I imagine it's Ohio State has the highest odds, right?
Yeah, and then nobody else. The Ohio State's at number 4 at 67%, and then Penn State's number 5 at 59%. Somehow Michigan is down at 12 at 28.5%. So Penn State has twice the odds Michigan has to get to the college football playoff.
Okay. I missed the day that you just had. I can't believe I'm saying this, that you had a BCS formula.
Thank you.
I can't believe you and I agree on all the things we disagree about. We agree on that. I will also, I think we both agree that people can do what if they join Hooker's Corner? That is win fantastic prizes. Let me tell you a little something about that. There you can order the book, Celebrate 98, The Untold Stories Behind the Tennessee Vols National Championship. Just click on that QR code. Is that what they call it nowadays? And also want to remind you that you can be a member of Hooker's Corner. So here's what we're giving away today. It is not too late because we will spin the wheel here momentarily. It's the John Henderson autographed mini helmet you see just over my shoulder. We will give that away today. Looking forward to that. We usually give it the last day of the month, but we forgot. So it's the first of the month. It's your opportunity to win a fantastic John Henderson prize. Also, if you want to join Hooker's Corner, what you do have to do to win that John Henderson prize, it's just $9.98. You get increased recruiting coverage, and you also get more interaction with me and Caleb Calhoun, which you can't get enough interaction with Caleb Calhoun. I've thought about just posting your public phone number. Are you comfortable with that, Caleb?
Sure, post it. There's a rapper, Mike Jones, who did that in a song in 2005. He posted his real phone number, 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low, and then like his phone blew up, and everybody called him. But
well, of course they did. I accidentally said my number. This is pretty bizarre. I accidentally said my number as a caller number once when I was on the radio. That was pretty stupid. I want to thank our friends Rick Terry Jewelry Design. They want to be your jeweler looking for affordable game day jewelry. How about the Fire Opals, the Tennessee tradition? RickTerryJewelry.com. RickTerryJewelry.com. So, Caleb, if you were to redo this list, where would you have Tennessee among the teams most likely to make the college football playoff?
Well, let's go down the list. Let's go most or less likely real quick.
All right.
Georgia, number 1. They're more likely than Tennessee.
Clearly, I would give them a big,
hey now,
you should be ahead of Tennessee.
Not because this team is better, but because of their level of competition and their likelihood of where they finish in the conference. Oregon, number 2. I got them ahead of Tennessee.
you suck, you jackass.
No.
No, not better. Better chance to make the playoff because of level of competition and things like that. They actually have a better chance of winning the Big Ten than Tennessee does the SEC.
I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. Number 3, Texas. I got Tennessee above Texas. Y'all can call me crazy. Tennessee is better than Texas.
Hey now.
I'm going to go with you on that one.
Number 4, Ohio State. I got Tennessee above Ohio State. They're going to collapse this year.
Hey now.
I'm taking back my Texas, but I'm going to agree with Ohio State. How about that?
Number 5, Penn State, because of their schedule, and they'll get their typical 10-2, I think has a better chance than Tennessee just because of that.
But at some point, sanity has to come into the decision.
But what do you think, though? Do you think the committee, like, they're not going to leave out a 10-2 Penn State? The only reason they might is because I do think that
wait, what if it's 10-2 Penn State, 10-2 Tennessee?
It's easily 10-2 Tennessee at that point. Easily.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. I'll go even further. 10-2 Penn State has to have a clear-cut argument over a team if they're going to get in the future. Look, I think Penn State's behavior with the Joe Pa scandal is going to be held against them for a long time by a lot of people. If I were on the committee, I'll admit to you guys, I would use that against them. If I was down to one or the other, I would actually keep Penn State out.
I understand the heinousness of that, but I don't.
The kids protesting for Joe Paterno to keep his job is one of the most. It's one thing to get caught, but for them to protest in favor of him and put a statue back up is one of the most despicable things. Like, you're honoring a guy who covered for a pedophile.
I'm not arguing with that. Please hit the like button. The other factor that Tennessee is going to have over another team, let's say it's them and somebody else for that 12th spot, is the excitement of their offense. I think that's going to be a monster factor.